Men of Reddit, what's the hardest thing to explain to women? When we say we need time or space, that's exactly what we need. It's not code for you need to try harder. Had an ex who would keep pushing me to talk when I got angry about something. I just wanted some time to cool off before having a discussion about it. One of the reasons she's an ex. My wife now is fantastic, we understand each other, and when it's best to just shut up and let things settle. More often than not we realize the reason for getting grumpy in the first place is trivial and we get over it. Too clean for the hamper, too dirty for the drawer, that's why I put my cargo shorts on the floor. I have a spot in the closet hidden from my wonderful but short wife where pants go for further use. I'm seriously not checking you out every time you walk by in the office. I turn my head for damn near everything that enters my periphery, you're really not that special. This makes me so fucking self-conscious in the gym. Every time someone walks past I look, especially in the mirrors, and I always catch the eye of a girl probably thinking I'm checking her out. I really don't wanna be seen as the creepy guy making girls at the gym uncomfortable. It's literally the last thing I'm thinking about. Sometimes in public I might just be checking someone out. I'm single. Single people do that. But most of the time I'm just being particular about maintaining awareness of my surroundings in public. Some of that is general courtesy to other shoppers, some of it is a bit of an anxiety thing. I don't always want to be the one that initiates sex. It makes me feel like a creep. It doesn't necessarily make me feel like a creep, but it makes me think the girl doesn't actually want sex most of the time. When a girl does ask for sex or initiates it in her own way, it makes it so much more fun for me and takes out a lot of the anxiety and stress that sometimes surrounds sex in a relationship, because it really does feel like a two-sided give and receive situation. Yes, this. My wife would ask me the next day, why didn't we have sex last night, and I answer because you didn't initiate it. That sometimes we need personal space and it has nothing to do with our opinion of you. Definitely. When I first moved in with this girl, she wasn't working and I was. So, every day I would be up at 6 AM to go to work, and then back late on an evening to find her, her brother, her friends, all sitting around the living room and all wanting to talk to me. Like, sod off. I just got in from work, can I have 5 minutes alone to just reset myself? Alone time is great and everyone should have at least 30 minutes of it daily. The concept of post-nut clarity, and the related power your boner has over you. Men, am I alone in knowing that you don't/shouldn't text any woman if you're horny/jerking off? I text anyone I would normally, and I have done some bad things due to horniness, but I stick to talking to my girlfriend. My main concern is using the search bar on Pornhub. Stick to the usual, do not experiment when you're horny, you will cry after you nut. Pee at an angle. Or the vaunted split stream, usually post-erection. Lady here, seems easy enough. Now try getting just the right amount of butt cheek spread so as to not dribble pee all over your bum/thighs but also not rip your butthole/gooch open. When we say we don't care, we really don't care. Yes, we can have an opinion on something, but when we say we don't care, that means our opinion isn't strong enough to sway us either way on something. I learned to say I don't have a preference. That always seems to come across better. Sometimes an erection just happens. We don't control the thing, it's a physical response that could literally be from nothing. I accidentally walked into a door the other day and I got rock hard. And that we sometimes get a boner cause we're horny. And sometimes get horny because we've got a boner. That the reason I shake the gas pump the amount of time I do after I finish pumping gas is the same reason I shake my dick after I pee. It's just good sense. Why I don't know what the fuck my best friend is up to in life even after hanging out with him all day. Why my husband bothers telling me information about our friends is the world's greatest mystery. Corey's moving apparently. Oh, where to? But like, moving out of the city? Did he get a job somewhere? When's he leaving? He just said he's moving. I chat with my friend for an hour on the phone. We talk about video games, sports, etc. He's been my friend from high school and we were best men in each other's weddings. So, after the call, my wife says, "What's going on with his family?" I don't know. You didn't talk about his family? Look. I'm sure they're fine. If they weren't he would have told me. Sometimes, this is me personally so I can't say it's common. The struggle not to share emotions isn't as much the worry of backlash from society or friends, etc. It's more just a conflict within ourselves to verbalize and come out with it. I trust my friends with respecting how I feel, I just can't get it out because I'm fighting myself. Edit, I'm glad this has helped some people focus a general feeling into a somewhat coherent thought. I hope someday we all can climb out of this better people. Well, sometimes I want to express my feelings and the maximum thing I can get out of it is 2 sentences. I feel that, deeply. I drove for 3 hours in a quiet car with a girl I was dating, waiting for her to say something, anything. But she never did unless I said something first. The whole car ride I was trying to think of how to ask her why she was so quiet. I figured out later it's because she wasn't actually that into me, despite telling me she was, man shrugging. When you ask me how my day was or what I did today, nothing in my day usually stands out as special, so I just don't remember. I usually don't remember what I do, I just live. Work gets put into a box as soon as I clock out, I then spend the time it takes to get home to flush my mind of it all so I am not angry or stressed about my day. I don't want to think about work until I clock back in the next morning. My day was the same and something funny or interesting may have happened but I am not opening that box when I'm sitting at home staring into the neighbor's trees blowing in the wind. I really want to see if we'll get along well enough to date but I'm horrible at maintaining a conversation without being too safe or too out there. Edit, award speech edit type beat. I'm just horrible at maintaining conversations at all. Conversations are hard yo. Most of the time it's either bored to tears or they look at me like I have frogs coming out my ears. The specifics of not code. It's easy to say up if you know them, down if you don't, but the exact meaning of the downward nod is hard to translate. It's seeing them, acknowledging them, and saying that neither of us have any issue with each other. A nod up is like a question, what's up, how's it going? A nod down is like a statement, I acknowledge you. Yeah, it's a sign of baseline respect. We appreciate women making the first move. Making the first move feels like stepping on eggshells. Exactly. Always expecting a guy to make a move on you really takes a toll after a while. I was never taught how to date / flirt / show love and affection or any of that when I was young, so dating is a big challenge for me as an adult. Being expected to always be the one who knows how dating works and to make the first move at every step of the way is extremely stressful and I hate it to the point it's almost become a chore. Very often, we say something at its face value with no double meaning or alternative meaning behind it. It's women who ask me, what did you mean when you asked / said that? I said / asked exactly what I meant. If wanted to state it differently, I would have done so. How much compliments mean to us. It's a different type of happy when a guy gets complimented. I got like 3 real compliments from people that I take at least a little seriously. Oh, and speaking of compliments, I like your name. Edit, 4 compliments. Edit 2, 5 holy moly. In a similar thread, guys were talking about how rarely they get compliments, so I've taken to giving them to men, tastefully and when appropriate, of course. Sometimes we could use a hug. Or at least a high five. A crisp drive-by fist bump doesn't hurt either. That men can sit for hours talking and talk about nothing. And it is really okay to interrupt us from talking for hours about things that we seem to understand but really have no freaking clue whatsoever. We will likely to pick it up again next weekend and continue our discussion. I'd be the one not talking and just daydreaming and listening 5% of the time. That I am simply not clairvoyant. You need to tell me what it is you really want. If you're disappointed in something, say so. I can take it, as long as it's not number 1. 3. This dilemma: if I ask you what's wrong, and you say nothing, am I supposed to believe you or call you a liar? I'm okay with the classic "I'm fine when you're not fine," that's kind of expected. But if you tell me not to call, I'm going to stop calling. If you secretly wanted me to call you, you shouldn't have said literally the opposite. Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.